So guys, I'm Tim Whitney, the executive producer and showrunner of Scraps, and I'm really excited to have Jonathan Levy, the zero waste guy, on set with us today because we are living the food waste mission on camera and in front of the audience on TV, but we're also trying to do it behind the scenes as a set and as a production to be as waste-free as possible. So we're thrilled that you could be here to join us to talk about some of the stuff that we're going to do, and hopefully you can help us be even more waste-free. You know, I know we can always be better. You know, we're trying, but everybody can be better, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, the first thing I noticed is you guys use reusable water bottles for all the crew members. I think that's great.
Big thing this year, we started doing that. We do a big single water tower for everybody. Everybody has their own reusable water. I've been on film sets for 15 years. Plastic water bottles have always been the way that people stay hydrated on set, and they get thrown in the garbage, a lot of them. Rarely are recycled, and a lot of times it's half the water is drank. There's no name on it. You get to the end of a day and there's like 50 water bottles over the place, and then somebody's just dumping the water on the ground, throwing them all in the trash or the recycling. So
it's a waste of money too. You know, about a little more than 40% of bottled water is just municipal tap water that's been filtered.
Really?
Absolutely.
Like just out of the tap?
Just out of the tap. I mean, they might have run it through a filter of some kind.
So that's, I mean, that's the same thing we have in here. Like we filled these up inside, so it's all the same stuff.
All the same stuff.
All right, so we're just cutting that out completely.
Absolutely, and most plastic, but especially plastic water bottles, are not actually recycled into new water bottles. They're downcycled into lower quality plastics.
Oh, like what? Give me an example of what that would be.
Like that alarm clock you have next to your bed.
Okay.
So just a hard piece of plastic that's just really one step removed from the landfill.
Wow, okay. That's, I had no idea where those plastic water bottles go up. I've heard of sometimes like they get turned into like tracks or like athletic tracks. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Or shoes?
You can change them into different materials, but it's always a lower quality material that ultimately cannot be recycled.
Oh, so that's the end of the line for it.
Yeah.
They get water bottle, then trash, or then one may be used and then trash.
Yeah.
Cool. We're using all compostable utensils and flatware and plates and cups. That's another thing that a lot of times, like, styrofoam is still used so much.
Seriously?
Yeah. Oh, I see it all the time. Takeout containers, all that type of stuff. So we're doing everything compostable, and we're partnering local with a local organization in each city that we go to, so our compost hits the appropriate place and the right kind of thing. So is this a good thing to be doing?
Compostable paper is definitely better than styrofoam or plastics.
Yeah.
But as we try to go zero waste, it's important to look to eliminate any disposable items.
Okay.
So these are still only intended to be used one time and then thrown away.
Right.
And if we really want to reduce our impact, we maybe want to switch to something that would be reusable instead.
Got it.
The challenge with compostable utensils and cups and plates is they're really only as good as the facility where they're sent to's ability to process them.
Okay.
So some facilities can take compostable utensils and serviceware, others can't.
Okay.
So it's best to just eliminate them and you don't have to worry about it.
Got it. And so what determines if it can be or can't be composted at the facility? Is it
just depends on
there's
literally
like 1,000 different rules.
It varies even within the city of LA.
Okay.
You're going to get different rules depending on where they go.
All right. So it's a good start. It's a nice try, but we can do better on this one.
Yes.
All right. Every time I've been on set, the waste is a big black garbage bag taped to the side of a truck, and everything goes in there. And it's just because time is money and everybody's in a rush, and it's just like, clean it up, we gotta go, let's like get out of here. So that was a big thing that we made an effort with this year. We want to really be responsible about sorting our waste on site and making sure that it gets into the appropriate receptacles for processing.
Yeah, that's great. If your priority is just get it cleaned up and cleared out, then maybe the one bin is fine.
Yeah.
But if you want to reduce the amount of waste you're generating, it's important to understand what percentage of your material is going to the landfill versus recycling or compost.
Okay.
So having the 3-bin system is a great way to do that.
Got it.
Do you mind if we actually take a look in the recycle bin to see what you have in there?
You want to look in it?
Yeah, just like a little spot check, just to see how you're doing.
Okay, I think, all right, here, we're on the spot. Let's do it. Let's see how, we're gonna get a grade right now from the zero waste guy.
We got some plastic cups.
Recyclable?
Recyclable, they're plastic #1, so that's okay.
Okay.
I would still try and avoid them, but
yes.
it's still better than styrofoam. We got some chip bags, not recyclable. These are actually...
There's gotta be a little recycling sign somewhere on this, Jonathan, I swear to God. It's, nope,
it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
All right, so why is this not recyclable? Just so we can make sure the crew knows and we can kind of put it in their brain.
Chip bags are usually made from multiple layers of material, maybe a small film of plastic, maybe a little metal. And when you fuse those materials together, when they go to the recycle facility, they have no way to then separate them. So these really end up just being trash, unfortunately.
So this one should be in the trash.
What else we got in here? Oh man.
Uh-oh. Don't say it.
We got a little bit of food waste.
On scraps, we got the food waste and the when
you guys are doing a great job overall, but I did want to, just one more thing to point out is when you, whether it's on accident or not, when you contaminate recycling with food waste, or you contaminate the compost with trash or recycling, it usually means that they're not going to be able to process it at all, and the entire bag is just going to go to the landfill.
Oh, it's just like big red X.
Rejected.
Gone. Oh.
Especially if it's...
So like a single orange peel could kill a whole like bag of like...
A bag. But if you were to have like half a cup of coffee and then it just spilled out into the entire truck, it could potentially contaminate a larger portion.
Whoa.
Maybe not the whole thing, but a larger portion of it.
Okay, that's really good to know. So how do we avoid it? How do we make sure that that doesn't end up in there?
Have the recycling, compost, and trash side by side, clearly labeled. You already have 3 different color bins, which is a great start, and you kind of have the uniform color for recycling and compost. And it's just being mindful and paying attention, because especially when you're on set, it's like you said, time is money. You're busy, you're running around. You don't have time necessarily to think about it because you're focusing on something else.
But we've got a smart crew. Like I think it's like you said, it's about making sure they know, see the bins, use it. We've told them what we're doing, but I like that idea. Keep them all together all the time, because I think if you're in a rush and you see one thing, you're just like...
You throw it in the closest thing to you. Absolutely.
Okay.
I also noticed you guys have cloth towels for the preps area, which is great. Great way to reduce paper towel waste, which is common alternative.
Yes, paper towels, no. And then...
Sarah was telling me that as she's prepping the meal for the crew, the behind the scenes, if there's ever any food scraps, there's some peel, something that she thinks she can use later on in the meal or another time, she sets it aside to save it, which is a great way to reuse scraps that would otherwise be thrown away.
Even the culinary team is scrappy on scraps. We have to keep it scrappy.
Well, you know, a lot of people will tell me that it's okay, I compost it. And composting is obviously better than throwing it away, but if it's still edible, then that would obviously be a higher priority. And that is one of the biggest things that we talk about regularly on set, is that most of the food that people think that they should throw away is still edible. There's still a use left in the thing that they're about to scrape into the garbage or toss. Absolutely. So that's a big thing that we talk about. Thank you so much, Jonathan, for coming, for walking through it with us. I'm glad we did kind of like a B minus, maybe like a BB minus. You guys are doing great. You already have the 3 bins. You have the reusable water bottles. You have the right mentality, the right attitude. It's just fine tuning a little. All right. Well, a couple things to work on. I'm definitely going to check in with you as we keep going. We got 10 more cities to shoot, so we're going to keep trying to make a difference everywhere we go. But thank you so much for being here. Thanks for having me. Stay for dinner. Absolutely. Awesome.